Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a DIY for you guys for the Planning Monday. Today I have partnered up with Arteza. They sent me a bunch of goodies for me to show you. So I can go ahead and show you how to do your own custom named dashboard at home. It's super easy, doesn't take much time, and honestly, I've been using the Arteza vinyl, so I am in love with how they work. So if you're interested in how to make your own dashboard at home for your planner, then let's stay tuned and let's get right into these goodies. I'm so excited to show. Alright, so this is everything that Arteza sent me. We got some vinyls, we got some characters, and we got some pens. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the pens because those are always a favorite of mine. So let's get right into it. I'm going to go ahead and move this aside and let's get right into the pens because I believe these are updated pens from their previous gel pen collection. So if you guys haven't seen in my channel, I did have an Arteza haul. I'll link it up here if you guys are interested. And I actually had received a 24 gel pen pack. It was different than this. We only had the brights and they were in a different casing and model. So the previous pens that I had, they look like this. They had a beautiful matte finish to them, but they were very simple, and they actually went ahead and upgraded these. So let's get right into these. So these are 24 gel pens in two different themes. We have the bright collection, the bright and bold, and then we have the vintage colors. So these are more darker, more muted kind of colors that you don't really see very often. So I'm pretty excited to see how that looks. These are in 0.7 and they're supposed to be quick drying, non-toxic, acid-free, and smooth writing. So let's go right into it. And right here you can see all the colors that they offer. So they do have yellows, reds, oranges, blues, greens, and some grays or browns. So it says we have 10 vintage gels and 14 bright gel pens as well. So let's get right into it. Of course, I'll have all of these linked down below so you guys can grab them. Like I said, you can grab these through Amazon or Arteza themselves, and I'll link them down below. They also do have a European website, so you can always get those on there as well if you're in the UK or not in the US. So this is how the front part of them looks. As you can see, they are now glossy. They have this grip now. They're kind of see-through, and they have a bigger pen clip compared to the one before. So this is the difference. Really cute. And then if you turn them around, you can see the other color. So these are very bright, and then the vintage. I am loving the vintage vibe to these. These are so cute. So this is their pen, their 24 pen pack. You can always get these separate. You can always just get the vintage or just the brights. So this is their 24 gel pack. Now I'm very interested in this mauve color. Like, I've never seen a color like that. So I'm interested in how that'll work. And then I can do that in a whole separate video if you guys want to see a pen test from these new updated pens. Alright, next in the gel pen category, we do have these white gel points. Now, I'm excited because I've been getting into like journaling and bullet journaling, and I've seen a lot of people have like jelly rolls, especially in white, when they come across like black journaling pages, which I kind of want to get into. So I actually went ahead and said if I could grab these as well because I want to try these out. So these are the Arteza gel pens in white, and these are in 0.6. These are jelly rolls, and they say these are ideal for adding accents and highlights. So you just add this to your art. So they always have a showcase of art in there and how you can use these, but I'm interested in using these like on blackout journaling pages, like bullet journals. So I decided to grab these. This is a 3-pack. So I have 3 of those to try out and see how they work. Now, of course, if you guys don't know, Arteza is a art-based company, so they have everything that you might need for painting, sketching, drawing, canvases, or tons of media that you guys can choose from. Alright, next, something that I'm very excited about is this 500 piece letterboard characters. So when I become debt free, I actually want to use a letterboard to go ahead and mark the day, so I can take my own, like, photo, so I can mark the day I'm debt free. And since Arteza had these letters on there, I was more than excited to grab these and snatch these up. Now this is a pack of a bunch of letters right here that you can just break off and add to a lettering board. So I was just like, yes, I can't wait to use these, because everyone wants that debt-free photo, and especially with a little lettering board, and I am no exception. So I'm really excited to use this when the time comes. So super happy to have this. Now, of course, this is the whole main of this video. It is their vinyl. I don't think I'm able to zoom out much, but here you go. These are their vinyl packs. Arteza has these amazing 50-page sheets of vinyl in their website. You can get them in one certain color. You can get them in a variety pack. You get matte, glossy, I think even metallic, and holographic. In the previous video that I did, I had holographic from them, and this time I'm trying out their glossy white and their matte black. So I'm gonna go ahead and use today the glossy white to create one of those like minimal name custom dashboards for you guys, and then hopefully in the next one I can go ahead and show you how to do dashboards like dividers using the black or the white. So if you're interested in any of those, go ahead and comment down below. But yeah, these are big 12 by 12 inch papers sheets that are self-adhesive, and they come in different colors and finishes. So you have this simple backing right here that you just rip off, and then you're able to just go ahead and start grabbing your sheet. So there's 50 in here, and I'm so excited. So now that you guys have seen my beautiful small haul from Arteza, let's get right into the DIY. I'm gonna switch into desktop, so you guys will now just see the studio of my silhouette where I design it, and then I'm just gonna walk you through it through a voiceover. So yeah, if you're excited, let's get right into it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just stare at my monitor for now, and we're gonna go ahead and open Silhouette Studio, since that's the design space that I use. Mine is Business Edition. You can use the free version because they do have a free version, and I'm just gonna wait for that to load. And then I'm going to close some of these documents over here. And then all I'm going to go ahead and do for this vinyl part is that all I'm going to do is create my name. So I'm going to go ahead and type in my name, and I'm going to go ahead and do it my channel handle. So it's erikalifevlogs. So we're going to go ahead and type that in like that. And then I'm going to highlight this, and you don't really need to change the color or anything, since all we're going to do is cut the vinyl, and the vinyl is going to be white. But I am going to go ahead and use the font that is called, let me see if I can find it. It's this one, I think is Best Stories. That's what it's called. I got it off from the font. And you can go ahead and use that website to try out any fonts you like. And yeah, so this is how my name is going to look. Now there's some things that I'm going to want to change, but for now I'm going to go ahead and make a square just like that. And then all I'm going to go ahead and do is resize it to an A6 size insert. An A6 size insert, it is, I believe, is 4.1 by 5.8. And you can go ahead and look these width on Google to show you the size that you need for your planner. Mine's is an A6, so it just needs a 4.1 by 5.8. Now, since you can go ahead and create your name however you want it, you can do it width-wise or height-wise. I like mine turned onto the side, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip it, and the square is just for you to have like a glimpse of how big you want your name. So if you put it here, that's how big your name is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and just stretch it out just a bit because I like my name really big. So that looks good. And then I'm just going to use the edge of the square that we created just to make sure that the name is straight. So now that that's like that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to separate these, because one of the things that I don't like about the font Best Stories is that the F and the L's and the G's are very big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and shorten them. And I'm just going to fix them to my liking. You can do this with like any of the fonts that you do. All you do is separate them. But I just want to make them shorter, especially the F. The F is something that I always have an issue with. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that elongated enough, but not too much. And I'm also going to make the G a bit shorter to match the length of the F. And then I'm just going to pull it back a bit, just like that. And then I'm going to make this L shorter as well. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. I'm just going to make it shorter, just like that. And go ahead and move it a bit, make it skinny. And then I'm going to bring some of these down as well. Just want to make sure that they all match, like the height. So I'm just going to try to get these all in the same length. Just keep shortening them down so they can match. I'm going to bring this one a little bit over here, so like that when I attach it, it'll be perfect. So I'm just going to make the K shorter, bring it in a bit, just like that. So now that I have my name how I want it, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and weld these together. So now it's just one big name right there. Go ahead and just delete the square that I used for sizing reference. It doesn't matter anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it at the very corner right here, because when you're cutting with vinyl, you don't need all of this space. You can just leave it right at the edge. So like when you're cutting vinyl, you're not wasting so much. So this is like all of the size that you're going to need. So now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and load up the machine, and then we're going to press send. So as you can see, I use lines. So like that, you can see what is actually being cut. So if you go ahead, it says, I'm going to go down here. It's already in here. It's called vinyl matte, or you can choose any of these reflective, glow in the dark. I'm going to be using a glossy one. So mine is going to be glossy, and I have a ratchet blade. I don't have automatic blades. So I'm going to change that to ratchet. And for vinyl, it does say that the blade is 1, the force is 10, and the speed is 5. Now, my blade is always going to be at 3 because I do use a ratchet blade. So this won't really matter unless you have an automatic blade. So mine is going to be at 3 at a force of 10 at a speed of 5, just because that's how my ratchet blade is in the depth of the blade that I'm using. So now I'm going to go ahead and just load up my machine, and then it's going to cut it. And then all we're going to do is process this into a laminate pouch, and all we have to do is cut it down to size. Okay, don't mind the mess on my desk, but okay, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to take one of these glossy self-adhesive vinyls from Arteza, and I'm going to go ahead and just pull one out. Just going to go ahead and take this much. It looks like I won't need more than this much of vinyl, so I'm just going to go ahead and chop that off real quick. If you have a slicer or a Friscar cutter, you can go ahead and use that. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this piece right here. I'm going to go ahead and take a mat. I'm going to go ahead and just take a silhouette mat, and I'm going to go ahead and just stick this vinyl onto the mat. Just like that. And then I'm going to put this in my machine so it can go ahead and start cutting it. Alright, I turned on my machine. I have my ratchet blade on here. And I'm going to go ahead and just slide this in here. And with the settings that I told you guys, I'm going to go ahead and just press send on my Silhouette program. And it's going to start cutting away. Alright, so if you guys see that, the cutting is complete. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but you can see that the name has been cut right there. So now I'm going to just weed it out. Okay, so here I have my mat, and I'm going to go ahead and take this off, and I'm going to set my mat aside. And for this part, all you're going to need is your vinyl. You're going to need a laminating pouch. I don't have an A6 size anymore, so I'm going to have to use a 8.5 by 11. You're going to need some transfer tape and your squeegee. This is also by Arteza. And I'll have everything linked down below. So all we're going to do now is we're going to weed everything. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but here is my script. So I'm going to go ahead and just weed that out. So basically what that means is that I'm just going to go ahead and take that part out. So I'm going to go ahead and just remove some of the excess so I don't have to weed so much. It just helps. Put this on the side. And then I'm going to go ahead and just take this off. So this is self-adhesive. So once you remove this, this becomes tacky in the back. And all you want to do is remove it and just leave your script behind, and that's all you want left behind. So that's the easiest part, is taking the big chunk off. So now we have to deal with the individual little weeds there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a pair of tweezers. I like the very pokey ones because I feel like they're just easier to deal with. So I'm going to grab this and I'm just going to take off all these little excess that's in between the letters so it can be more of a cleaner cut. And then in between the cursive, there are little vinyl pieces that you can remove. Some of these are harder to get than others, but eventually they come off. Just remove it like that. And don't worry about crinkling the paper. We're going to get rid of that in a moment. We're just trying to get all the pieces from the script out that we don't need. So there, I weeded out everything, so only erikalifevlogs is left over. And now I'm going to put transfer tape to lift all this vinyl off from this sheet. So I already have this pre-cut transfer tape because I've been doing some vinyling earlier this week, so I just saved the pieces that I have. And I'm gonna go ahead, let me put this backing down so I have something to make sure it doesn't get stuck to my desk. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this down just like that, and I'm gonna use a squeegee to make sure that the script gets stuck to it, because we want to make sure we keep every letter when we transfer it to our laminating pouch. I will be using 3 milliliter laminating pouches. You can use 5. I prefer 5, but I'm trying to use up all my 3 mLs so I can get rid of them. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure this is that. So hopefully that's really stuck on there, and then we're going to go ahead and just remove it. So this is really strong transfer tape, so even part of the vinyl paper is coming up. We'll fix that in a minute, but we just got to make sure that the vinyl letters are actually getting stuck. You see how that was lifting? We don't need that part. So there we go. Oh, as you can tell, transfer tape is very strong. So now we have our vinyl on the transfer tape, and now we're going to put this into our laminating pouch. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my laminating pouch. This one is from Fellows, and I don't think you'll be able to see, but these have arrows to tell you that this side is up. So I'll have to make sure that that stays up, and I'm just going to go ahead and put my vinyl in there. Now I'm doing A6 sizes, so you can put this anywhere where you think an A6 will fit. I'm just going to go ahead and put it, I can put it in the end or that end, really doesn't matter, but I'm going to go ahead, if I can just put it here. So I'm going to put this down as straight as possible as I can. At the end we can always cut to size, to width, and to like the straightness that we wanted. I'm going to do a squeegee it on there. What you're going to do is now remove it. If some of the letters are still coming up, you can go ahead, just grab your squeegee and just squeegee it as you lift, and then it should be able to get stuck onto your laminating pouch. Whew. Got it. Some of these cursive scripts are very delicate, so sometimes you have to take your time to get it on there. But anywho, that's how it looks. So now all I'm going to do is put this through the laminator and get it laminated, and then we're going to cut it. Currently I have a Fellows Saturn 3 I-95 laminator. I got this off of Amazon. It was like 75 bucks, and it laminates 3mm, 4mm, 5mm, and cold pouches as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn this on and wait until it heats up. It usually does a quick heat up, so I'm going to go ahead and put it to 3 mils. So I'm going to go ahead, it's punched on there, so it's just going to go ahead and heat up. And then all I'm going to do is run my laminate pouch through it, and then it'll come back in the back. So I'll wait until this heats up and I'll be right back. Okay, so it beeped that it was ready, so I'm going to go ahead and take my laminating pouch, and I'm just going to go ahead and insert this. I'm going to try to make sure that it's in correctly so it doesn't get stuck or anything, and I want to make sure in the back that it comes out. So all I'm doing is waiting for that to come out. Alright, so I released it, and now I have my laminating pouch, and I'm going to go ahead and turn you guys around. Okay, so now that I went through the laminator, you can see that my print is there, my cursive is there. So now all I'm going to do is measure this to size. So I need this to be 5.8 by 4.1, and I'm going to do that with a ruler because I don't trust myself with the frizz card cutter, just because I don't usually know how to get that completely marked good. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that that one looks as good as I want it to. Or I can do even a better one where I have a copy of an A6 sheet and I just cut the corners from each. So here I just have the A6 size, so I kind of want it from there to there. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark those points. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut that to size. And I'm going to use this fizz card right here, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom out so you guys can really see. So I have my 2 dots. I'm going to go ahead and mark them. Ooh, my ring keeps falling off. Alright, we're going to remove the laminate, and then we have our dashboard right there. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in, and that is how it's going to look. So it has this pretty vinyl glossy with my handle, and all I'm going to do is hole punch it here and then add it into my planner. Okay. So I grabbed my Repesco hole puncher, and I have it set to A6 right here. All I'm going to do is center this in the middle and then hole punch it. So I'm going to go ahead and hole punch it there. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab my planner. This is my Moterm A6 in lychee white, and here was my previous one with my name in hollow, and then I made one with my handle name. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this open. she's pretty chunky, so it might burst out a bit. We're gonna pop her right in. Ooh. Get her right in there because this puppy's chunky, and we're gonna close her up just like that. And now I have my erikalifevlogs dashboard in here. So there you guys go. Now, of course, if you guys want to see other DIY projects using my Arteza products, go ahead and leave me a comment on what you want to see next. I know I want to do some dashboards for you guys, so if you're interested in that, let me know down below. And of course, you can use all the links down below. They are affiliate links, so you can get the products that I have today. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed doing your DIYs. Let me know how they went. Also, go ahead and just tag me on Instagram at erikalifevlogs so I can see all the goodies that you guys created. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, you guys.